Alright, I'm back with Inspiration Wednesday, and it's going to be hard to beat this one, but I'm going to do my best today. And thank you, by the way, for all the birthday wishes yesterday. Absolutely fabulous day. So, I'm back. It's my first Inspiration Wednesday. I'm like 3 weeks. I'm going to gesso all this, but first I'm going to tape the spine, just so there's no seepage. And then, I'm going to come back and let's see if we can figure out something to do. I feel like I'm out of the Inspiration Wednesday groove, so I'm going to find my way back in. Alright, and then I'm just going to take some gobs of gesso and just gesso this up. If I can get this to come out, like the bottom. Alright, so I'm gessoed, and I got a couple gifts from Australia. Got this mulberry paper in awesome teal, and then got these like just pieces of ephemera and some tickets, and then had to get my car fixed while I was gone, and that was on the car, so I thought, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll just play around with these. And I was thinking maybe covering the page, but now I'm not sure. Lord knows I don't want 2 teal pages. Maybe just the inclusion? I'm not sure. Maybe I should just tear shreds and like maybe just embed some stuff in. How about that? Alright, so now I'm going to take some matte medium, because that'll be a good collaging medium. This brush has seen like a whole lot of better days, but it's my favorite and I want to give them up. Look at it, it's all crusty. Anyway, I digress. This is just matte medium, fluid matte medium. And it's watery, so that's why I picked it to collage in here. All dry, and I'm just going to tear the bits off. Hopefully they do tear. And because it's mulberry, it has like things that kind of feather out. I bought a lot of chipboardy stuff from Australia, and then I just have these random mulberry flowers, which I thought, well, I'm doing mulberry paper. Maybe I'll just kind of embed these in here. And I'm thinking like gessoing over them. Anyway, we're just gonna have to play with this and see if this goes anywhere. Look at how delicate those are. This. Definitely gonna have to order from this company. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I may have just pulled the feather apart. I'm gonna try to adhere this down with gel medium. It's a bit thicker. And when I have something as thick as this kind of chipboard here, I'm just gonna have to hope and pray that it goes down. It'll dry clear. So might even put a layer over it, depending on how well it sticks. I went ahead and put the second of the 2 feathers on there, and then I'm going to take some gesso and I'm going to gesso over them. And I think between the, I just need to get some new gesso, one moment please. Between the gel medium and the coat of gesso I'm going to put on top, they should be rather secure. And we'll just see what we get. And then I'm thinking, well, I want more gesso. I want it to be wider. So I think I'm going to have to go on with a second coat of gesso, dry it, and see what we have. All right, I'm still trying to use up my alphabet stickers and rub-ons. So I've got this partial sheet here, and I'm just going to kind of finish the sheet off by sticking these alphabets wherever. As I add layers to this, I'm going to put some matte medium, which is basically just clear fluid acrylic paint. but it's a great way to seal things as well. So I'll just put that over all the letters and come back when it's dry. I'm thinking maybe a glaze, not sure. All right, so now I'm thinking I'm gonna put a glaze over the top of this. I took a little transparent Pyrrole orange and some of the acrylic glazing fluid, and I'm gonna brush this on. And I'm thinking I'm gonna work in 2 layers, so I think I'm gonna put orange on first and then maybe magenta over that. And just gonna brush it on with the glazing fluid. It's already mixed over here, just to let you know. Put this on. Let it dry for about 1.5 minutes, see what we get. Wipe it off, and then maybe put a second layer of another color on top. I don't know. All right, let's see if it comes off. What's so cool about this is that even though you can't really see the mulberry paper anymore, it's the cause of all this texture underneath here. Let's see if I can't zoom in. Oh, that's the wrong way. Zoom in here and see if you can see like that mulberry texture just does something delightful with the glazing fluid. All right, so, oh, again, wrong way. I'm gonna go back in with another glaze of, say, quinacridone magenta. Thinking that's the way I want to go. And my dog's making some weird noises next to me. Don't worry, Chihuahuas do that. Alright, so I got the quinacridone magenta. I'm going to put a little glazing fluid. I'm going to brush this on. And I think I'm going to concentrate a little bit more around the edges. Get the orange off there. Here's my glazing fluid out there mixed in with the paint. And I'm going to go around the edges. Let's see if we can't get another tone on tone look. Alright, let's see what we get. Wonder how life could have been worth living without glazing fluid. I mean, really, how cool is that? I gotta zoom in because I don't even know if this is picking up. It's just so flipping cool. I mean, can you see that? That's just happy. All right, I have no idea what I want to put on top of this. I'm kind of happy here, but I know it's not finished. So I'm gonna take a minute, have some coffee. So I'm gonna start playing around with some tags. I'm thinking I want to layer these on there. If you haven't discovered the beauty that is Art Anthology spray, it's actually, you can use it on fabrics, but it's so potent because you can use it on fabrics, and it's not, what do I want to say? Doesn't reconstitute with water because you're using it on fabrics. It's just beautiful. So it's not like a dilution. It's even more potent. So I'm going to spray these. I'm going to spray them first. Sure, I'm going to spray them first. So this is actually a color called Timeless. I'm spraying both of these, and then I'm going to take them and dry them a little bit, and then I'm going to crumple them up, and I'm going to add some more layers of color. So I'll be back once these are dry, and we'll do some crumpling and more dry. I'm just going to start crumpling these because I want the fibers to break, and I want it to kind of look like, you know, the pages, how they have that texture. I don't want it to be like a pristine tag on there, so this might take a couple of crunches. And if you don't dry them all the way, you're not going to get color on your hands, but they'll be easier to smush and crumple. So they should almost look like this like leathery kind of consistency when you're done. And so in other words, you'll see it like it will be laying kind of like that. And I'm going to do this one. I'm just going to sit here and crumple a couple more times. And then when I have them crumpled, I'm going to spray them again. So hold tight, and I'll be back when I'm ready to spray again. Alright, so they're nice and soft. And I'm going to spray just a little bit more of this. This is that Timeless again. And I think while that's a little wet, I'm going to go in with some Juicy. Maybe a little bit more of that Timeless on top to make it a little bit more apricot-y. I'm going to dry those. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but just the combination of the two Art Anthology sprays. It has this like deep, rich saturation. It's this bold pop of color, and they mix really well. So now I'm going to take some Worn Lipstick Distress ink, and I'm just going to really lightly go around the edge of some of these, and maybe even catch some of these, the two of them, and catch maybe a little bit of the texture. This one I have to be really careful with because it was so wet it kind of falling apart. Apparently English not doing well today. And just to see what we get. Don't want to go overboard because I want to keep the orange as the contrast. Probably running a 450. Note to self, get some at the studio. So I'm going to glue these down, but I don't want to glue them flat. I'm using a glue stick. Going old school today. And just kind of get it smushed down, texturally, because that's a word. And then put this one kind of on top of it. Alright, so I'm thinking, what should I do? And I've got this little piece of feather from before, and I'm thinking I'm going to take another one of my art anthology sprays. This one's called Heart, and it's a dark pink. See, without even gessoing it, I can get that color on there. And I like that it's really dark because it's going to contrast. So I'm going to dry that, see what it looks like, and then be back. I've got it, and I like the contrast, but it doesn't have much variegation to it. So now I'm thinking, well, there's some wet gesso still over here. Let's see what happens when I do this. I may or may not like it. Maybe I just coat it in gesso and then spray it again and see what I get. Or I can just chuck it and start over again. Let's see. That's kind of fun too. Let me spray it again. Now that the gesso is wet, who knows what I'm going to get. Made a rhyme. I wonder if I should spray. Maybe I should dry that and then see if I want to spray yellow on it. So I kind of like that better. My next idea is maybe go back to my quinacridone magenta and just put a little bit dot here and a little bit on my finger and see if I can't kind of accentuate it. Oh, because I like that. That's kind of hot. I like that. I'm even thinking maybe I should go over to these ones and put some of that back in with the magenta. Oh yay. My spectacular friend Debbie Mack gave me this book. It's like notepads, but it's got these little quotes in the bottom. So I wanted something to put inside the feather, and I just happened to pull this quote. But if I frame Your Beauty You, then I think that would look really cool in there. So I'm going to try to cut that out and fit it in there. Maybe I should take a pencil. Actually, this is something cool. And since I haven't used it yet, let's try it for the first time here. So I bought these leads. Like two, these are an HB, this is a 4B, this is a 2H. So, you know, there's a million different ways you can go. Do I even have any more in it? No, that's all I have here. And this is a lead holder, because you know I like things for things. So you can actually put the leads in here. Let's go 4B. This is fun. I buy all these things because I just like pencils. I like everything. Who am I kidding? So let's see. Can I get this off? Yes. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's so cool. And I guess I'll put one of these. Click this sucker. There we go. Put that in there. Oh, maybe it doesn't go all the way in there, does it? It has to. Oh, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I got... Oh, hello, there was already one in there. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so don't put two in there. I don't know what that one is. We'll just put it back in there. My kids will steal these in a heartbeat. Do your kids love mechanical pencils? I don't know where did I get that from? Crazy. Alright, so I'm going to do that and just kind of trace this way, knowing I need to cut on the inside of that line. Clicky pencil. Like it. Alright, I digress. scissor, cut that up, and I'll glue it on the inside of that feather. Since I ran out of my 450, I'm thinking, well, this is kind of dimensional anyway. I'll put some liquid scrap dots back there. If you've never used liquid scrap dots, they're from Helmar. They're a liquid glue dot, if you will. You can squeeze this as high as you want, and instead of like balling up little glue dots, these just stay like that, and you pretty much just tap it down. The only downside of these is they do take about 2 hours to cure, but that's stuck. Like, I haven't put any pressure, it's just stuck on there. So I will not press this down. And I think, I mean, I really do think I might be done. I'm really happy with, you know, the simplicity, the color, a little bit of word in there. So I think maybe just the date stamp. Maybe I'll just take a quick minute and decide if I want anything else. But I thought I was done, and then I was like, oh, I took out those tickets earlier. Oh, don't touch that, it's not dry. I'm thinking I might just tuck them in underneath there. So I'm just gonna get, again, this awkward glue stick. Kind of tuck that in so it sticks out. So you can kind of see it. Goes with the color of the text there. And then this one I'm going to shove in most of the way. Just want a little bit of it to stick out without touching that feather. Yeah, I like that. Alright, again, I'm going to take another look at it. I keep thinking I'm done, but then I'm like, ooh, what if? So I'll be right. So you know that number thing that I had from my carving fix. So this number's kind of reddish, pinkish. I think I'm going to crumple it up a little bit. And I have my, oh, that looks black. Don't use that one. I must have a brown one in here somewhere. Random rogue. That's orange. Maybe orange would work. Just get that. And I was thinking just distressing the edges just to dull down the white. Let's see. Yeah, and I don't know what color's on here. It's whatever's left. Do I like that in there? Maybe. I don't know if I love that yet. I must have a brown one somewhere. There's a brown one, I think. And let's see if I can distress the edges with that. Grungy it up. Like that. I could like that. I could. So maybe I'll just stick that in there. Get that fancy glue stick again. Stick that underneath there. Okay. Making this little collage here quite extensive. So, again, I'll be back, see if that's it. Okay, one last thing, and I pulled out one of my little tags, and I think put the date on it. So, I'm going to put the date running vertically. 18th. And, I'm going to glue that underneath here, I think. Just so it's just barely sticking out. Alright, one more thing, I swear. So I thought, why not just get, this is walnut stain, and I'm thinking just stamp some random script just to see. And I kind of like it. You can't see it all that much. It's just enough. Be careful. Yeah, and the cool thing about using distress ink is, let's just say I don't like it. Like I got some on here and I wasn't thinking. I take it right off again. And stamp again. I know everybody has a script stamp, and you're probably going to say, where'd you get that from? This is like so old, I think it's a Stampin' Up! From forever ago. But you know, hoarding it, collecting it. I think that's it for today. Yeah, of course it's it. I can't do any more. It's just fabulous. It's pink and orange. Who'd have thunk it? So there's not one. Oh yeah, there was a bit of turquoise on there to start. I gotta take that back. And there's tiniest little hint of turquoise peeking out right here. But I love this. You know, it's always fun. People always ask me about these inclusions, and one day I'm going to do a video and explain the whole reason for the inclusion. If you've ever taken one of my art journaling classes, my inspiration journal class, you already know the reason. Maybe I'll work on that for next week. Anyway, these always become like the best pieces of art here. They kind of tie everything together. It's like this is the page and these are the backdrops. Anyway, that's it for Inspiration Wednesday. I am a happy girl with that. Happy, happy, happy. The art anthology sprays, really, if you've not used them before, just check one out, especially if you do a lot of tags. The color permeates the fiber much better than something that's going to reconstitute with water. And you can actually spray these and paint on them and stuff like that, stamp on them, but you're not going to reconstitute. So anyway, that's it for now. Yeah, I'm done with that. I'll see you next Wednesday.